4 Grammys, 5 gold records, 1994 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and a place on Rolling Stone's 100 Greatest Singers. Levon Helm could write his ticket to anywhere.
And say my prayers and not give up hope.
Mm-hmm. So you weren't aiming for anything particular, just to get through it?
Just to get through it and live and keep playing music.
Long before Levon Helm became one of the most recognizable voices and grooves in American music, he was just a young boy in Turkey Scratch, Arkansas, drawn in by the sounds that drifted from the radio. The King Biscuit Time show was everything to us, Helm recalled in his autobiography, This Wheel's on Fire. Sonny Boy Williamson, James Peck, Curtis. That's where I learned what rhythm could really do. Helm would sit wide-eyed, listening to Curtis's drumming, a style that seemed both loose and deeply intentional. Curtis didn't just keep time, he made it dance.
You and I used to give you my money, honey. 45 and 10. Don't straighten up and fly right, baby, you know that never will happen again. But here's your bus fare, baby. Little girl, please catch the bus and go.
Watching Curtis in person at local performances cemented an idea in the young Helm's mind. Music wasn't something you simply heard, it was something you felt. The vibrant rhythms of Delta blues lit a fire under Helm, but the challenge came in replicating the energy and emotion he heard. Without formal lessons, he often struggled to piece together what made Curtis's drumming so special. Helm's search for that same emotive spark led him to the live shows that passed through the region. It was during a 1955 concert in Helena, Arkansas, that he first encountered the electrifying force of Elvis Presley and, crucially, his drummer, DJ Fontana. Man, when I saw DJ play, I knew I wanted to do that, Helm said years later. He had the beat, but he wasn't showy about it. He was just in it. Fontana's crisp, unfussy style taught Helm a critical lesson. Drumming should serve the song, not dominate it. The simplicity of Fontana's work, combined with an innate ability to drive momentum, resonated deeply. In an interview with Entertainment Weekly, Helm elaborated, "It wasn't about showing off. It was about making the thing swing, making people move." Inspired, Helm saved up for his first drum kit and began practicing relentlessly. Yet even with Fontana's model in mind, Helm faced a new dilemma: how to blend rhythm and storytelling together, as his idols seemed to do naturally. Helm's real breakthrough came when he joined Ronnie Hawkins and the Hawks in the late 1950s. Here he was expected not only to anchor the band, but also to sing lead on several songs. This dual responsibility proved daunting. Singing and drumming at the same time is like rubbing your stomach and patting your head, Helm joked in a 1993 interview. You have to split your brain in half. Drawing again on the lessons of Peck Curtis and DJ Fontana, Helm developed a style where neither the singing nor the drumming overpowered the other. His secret was subtlety. You find the little spaces between the words to hit the backbeat. You don't make it about you. Despite mastering this balancing act, Helm soon encountered a broader problem. Mainstream rock at the time demanded bombastic frontmen, not singing drummers rooted in old blues and country traditions. When the Beatles exploded onto the scene, Levon Helm found a kindred spirit in Ringo Starr. Here was another drummer who understood restraint, feel, and musicality. "I loved Ringo," Helm said in a radio interview. "He knew how to make the band sound good. That's what a drummer's supposed to do." Helm respected how Starr could shift seamlessly between styles without losing his pocket. It validated Helm's own instincts, playing for the song, not for applause. Starr, in turn, recognized Helm's talents, once describing the band's rhythm section as the heartbeat of American music. Encouraged by this broader acceptance of musical subtlety, Helm became even more confident in trusting his roots rather than chasing trends. Yet there was still an itch he couldn't quite scratch. He longed to incorporate even deeper grooves, ones that could only come from a certain kind of American tradition. Helm's admiration extended to session drummer Jim Keltner, whose feel and creativity inspired many musicians of the era. Though Keltner was younger, he cited Helm as a key influence. "There was something about Levon that was completely honest," Keltner said. "He could be playing the simplest beat, and you'd still feel like you were being told a story." Helm reciprocated the respect, noting in an interview that Keltner's ability to bring groove without crowding a song was something he admired greatly. "He knows when not to play," Helm said. "That's the trick." Through observing drummers like Keltner, Helm pushed himself to explore more rhythmic nuance. However, as the 1970s progressed, changes in musical taste and the internal tensions within the band posed new challenges. After years of success, the intense pressures within the band led to its slow dissolution. Helm felt the weight of strained friendships and a shifting industry. In his memoir, he reflected, "We came in as brothers, but somewhere along the way, we lost that." Music had always been a refuge, but now even the act of playing felt burdened by disappointment. Helm retreated from the spotlight, focusing instead on smaller, more intimate projects. This withdrawal forced him to rethink not only his place in the industry, but also his fundamental approach to rhythm and collaboration. Helm's revival began not with a grand return to arenas, but in the quiet halls of Levon Helm Studios in Woodstock, New York. Hosting his famed Midnight Rambles, Helm invited a rotating cast of musicians to join him in evenings of music steeped in tradition. "We just played like we were back on the front porch," Helm told Rolling Stone. "No pressure, no posing, just good songs and a good beat." His drumming in these sessions was as supple and expressive as ever, a testament to decades of internalizing lessons from the likes of Curtis, Fontana, Starr, and Keltner. However, Helm's comeback wasn't without its struggles. He battled vocal cord cancer, which threatened to rob him of his singing voice.
All I could do was blow air. I couldn't get those vocal cords to vibrate.
Even as cancer treatments damaged his ability to sing, Helm refused to step away from music. Instead, he shifted his focus more heavily onto his drumming. "When I couldn't sing, I played the hell out of those drums," he said. He adapted his style to suit his new circumstances, emphasizing rhythm and dynamics more than ever. His drumming during this period was described by the New York Times as earthy, instinctive, and defiantly alive. Helm's resilience paid off when he slowly regained enough of his voice to record Dirt Farmer, his 2007 comeback album that would earn him a Grammy Award. Helm's final years were marked by a surge of recognition, both from old fans and new generations discovering his work. Artists like Mumford & Sons, the Avett Brothers, and My Morning Jacket cited him as a direct influence. Reflecting on his career in an interview near the end of his life, Helm said, "All I ever wanted was to make people feel good, to get that foot tapping." His blend of rhythmic mastery and heartfelt vocal delivery became a blueprint for countless musicians who saw in him a rare kind of authenticity. Yet even with this late career renaissance, Helm remained restless, always chasing that elusive perfect groove. At his funeral in 2012, friends and collaborators gathered to honor Helm not with speeches, but with music. Garth Hudson, his old bandmate, played I Shall Be Released on the piano, while a chorus of voices rose to fill the hall. Helm's drumming lives on not just in recordings but in every artist who values feel over flash, service over showmanship. His early heroes, Peck Curtis, DJ Fontana, Ringo Starr, Jim Keltner, gave him the tools. But it was Helm who turned those lessons into something uniquely his own. As his daughter Amy Helm put it, "My dad didn't just keep time, he kept stories alive in every beat." The cycle of influence that began with King Biscuit Time and Arkansas Porches continues to this day, an unbroken circle of rhythm, soul, and song.